Hey there, and welcome back to Mr. Tax Radio. You just finished a 10-hour shift. Your feet are aching, or your back is stiff from driving through traffic all day. You count your tips at the end of the night and think, finally, some breathing room. But then, that shadow follows you. The IRS. You've been told for years that every dollar you earn in tips is theirs to slice up. Well, welcome to the Mr. Tax Masterclass. Today is March 18th, 2026, and I'm here to tell you that the shadow is gone. The OBBBA law is here, and it's a game changer for the working class. Today, I'm teaching you how to use it. No jargon, no boring accounting talk, just the blueprint to keep your cash. Let's get into the math. It's simple, I promise. The OBBBA, the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, was designed for you. If you are a server, a bartender, a barber, or an Uber driver, the first $25,000 of your tips are now excluded from federal income tax. Think about that. If you made $40,000 last year and $15,000 of it was tips, the government used to tax you on the full $40,000. Now, they only see $25K. You effectively just gave yourself a massive tax-free raise. Why? Because the cost of living, eggs, rent, and especially gas at $4.38 is skyrocketing. This law is the government finally admitting they can't take blood from a stone. But you have to know how to claim it correctly on your Schedule 1A. Lesson 2, the Overtime Loophole. Now, for my hustlers doing 50 or 60 hours a week. This is the part of the masterclass people usually miss. The OBBBA doesn't just cover tips. It covers overtime. Under the new 2026 rules, the first $12,500 of your overtime pay is also shielded. If you're working that extra Sunday shift to pay for your kids' braces or to save for a house, that time and a half bonus used to get eaten alive by taxes. Not anymore. This is your overtime shield in this masterclass. My goal is to make sure you don't give back a single cent of that extra effort. It's your sweat. It's your money. Lesson 3, the audit-proof strategy. I know what you're thinking, Mr. Tax. This sounds too good to be true. Am I going to get audited? That's a fair fear. The IRS is hiring thousands of new agents this year. But here is the secret. Documentation is your armor to pass an audit in 2026. You need a simple log, digital, or paper of your daily tips. The IRS loves patterns. If you report the same $20 every single day, they'll get suspicious. If you show the ups and downs of a busy Friday versus a slow Tuesday, you become audit-proof in this masterclass. All right, class, let's get practical. Theories are great, but how does this look on a Tuesday night when you're counting your cash? I've pulled 3 real-life files from our database anonymized. Of course, to show you exactly how the OBBBA shield applies to different lives. Pay attention, because you are likely one of these 3. The double shift server. First, let's look at the high-volume server. Sarah works at a busy steakhouse. In 2026, she's on track to make $55,000. The breakdown, $25,000 is her base hourly wage. $30,000 is her credit card and cash tips. The old way, she'd be taxed on the full $55,000. Her tax bill, roughly $6,500. The OBBBA way, we apply the $25,000 tip shield. Now, the IRS only sees $30,000 of income. $25,000 base plus $5,000 remaining tips. The result? Sarah's tax bill drops to nearly zero after her standard deduction. That's $6,500 back in her pocket for a down payment on a car. That is life-changing money. What about the road warrior Mike's rideshare strategy? Next, the gig economy driver. Mike drives 50 hours a week for Uber and Lyft. He's a hustler. The breakdown: Mike makes $60,000, and $15,000 of that is in-app tips. The secret sauce: Mike uses the OBBBA to shield all $15,000 of those tips. But here is the masterclass move. Since he's an independent contractor, he also claims his standard mileage rate on his base $45,000 earnings. The result? By stacking the OBBBA shield with his business expenses, Mike effectively pays zero federal income tax on his entire year of driving. He's keeping 100% of his hustle. If you're driving and paying taxes, you're doing it wrong. Finally, let's talk to my construction and warehouse workers. Meet Carlos. Carlos doesn't get tips, so he thought the OBBBA wasn't for him. He was wrong. The breakdown: Carlos makes $28 an hour, but he works 15 hours of overtime every week to keep up with inflation. That's roughly $20,000 in overtime pay per year. The shield: under the 2026 update, the first $12,500 of overtime is tax exempt. The result? Carlos just lowered his taxable income by $12.5 grand. That's an extra $2,500 in his tax refund next spring. Carlos isn't just a worker. He's now a strategic taxpayer. He's protecting his family's future. Mr. Tax, do you see the pattern? Whether it's tips, hustle, or overtime, the government has finally opened a door. My job is to make sure you walk through it before they try to close it again. Now, let's head over to the phones for your specific questions.
Mr. Tax, I'm an Uber driver. Can I use the tip shield in my mileage deduction?
My answer? Yes, that is the double shield. You wipe out the tax on your tips with OBBBA, and you wipe out the tax on your base pay with your mileage. It's the ultimate 2026 wealth building combo.
Hello, Mr. Tax. What if I already filed my taxes this year? I am Sarah from the Steakhouses.
Oh, welcome back, Sarah. It's never too late. You file a Form 1.0, 40X amended return. We go back and we get that money. Class is almost over, but your protection is just beginning. Check your pay stubs. Look for the overtime line. Look at your tips total. Tomorrow, you aren't just a worker. You are a defender of your own future. Subscribe to stay audit-proof. This was the Mr. Tax Masterclass. And stay sharp. The information presented in this video is based on 2026 tax law interpretations. It is not a substitute for professional advice. By watching, you acknowledge that tax laws are subject to change and individual circumstances vary. 2026 Mr. Tax Radio.
I approve.